Well, hey everybody, council meets Monday. It's going to be a very full day, so I'm not going to talk about everything on the agenda, but here's what I think you'll find most interesting. First of all, we have a delegation coming from the Veterans Memorial Garden Interpretive Center. They're asking the city start donating water towards the amazing work that they're doing. We've got some Aquaterra board appointments we're going to be discussing. Alberta Municipalities, it's an association that I have to be a vice president of that does advocacy on behalf of cities, towns, and villages. One thing it's been advocating on is to fix the disparity in electricity distribution and transmission costs we see across the province, where our residents pay way more than they should to electrify industrial assets in the province that all Albertans benefit from. Years ago, to Alberta municipalities, we brought a resolution forward to advocate to fix this. That resolution is expiring, so we're discussing sponsoring a new resolution to kind of renew and keep up that advocacy work that Alberta municipalities has been doing. One of the hardest conversations we have every year is community group funding recommendations. So we've got a whole bunch of awesome nonprofits in our community who do so much good work, and often they do it a lot more cost effectively than the city could because they can leverage donations and volunteer time. That every year we need to decide how much money we're given to each group. This year we have had about $4.7 million in requests. Last year, we only gave out about $4.3 million in funding. The recommendation coming to council is that we give out the same amount of money we gave out last year. Personally, I would love to see council increase that by 2% to keep up with inflation, to preserve the buying power of these nonprofits that we're giving funding to. So that'll be an interesting debate to decide, does council want to keep status quo funding or does it want to keep it up with inflation? And of course, when it comes to allocating that money, that's always a challenging conversation. So I kind of look forward to and dread that conversation every single year because all these community groups are doing such great work and I wish we could fully fund them, but that's just not the reality of how the city finances work. Next up, we're going to be looking at an update on council's strategic priorities and how they went through Q1 of 2025. We're going to be examining the city's memorial tree and bench policy. And something else that I'm really excited for is we're going to be talking the SCORS agreement. So this is an agreement between the city, the Francophone schools, the public school district, the Catholic school district, and Northwestern Polytechnic to share our facilities. It allows these education institutions to access city facilities during school hours and community groups to access their educational facilities, i.e. their gyms and their libraries, and after hours to run community sports and community events. Basically, how the SCORS agreement works is everybody just costs people the actual hard incremental costs that are incurred by hosting other groups in their gyms. It's a really effective agreement that I'm glad we have. And we're going to be talking about some updates to that just to keep it current and make sure it's still working for all parties involved. And last up, we're talking a borrowing bylaw for Montrose Cultural Centre. Unfortunately, there's been some issues with that building that are expensive to fix, and since those fixes are going to benefit the Grande Prairie for decades to come, the proposal is that they get done through borrowing so that future taxpayers who are enjoying those facility enhancements and fixes are paying for it too, not just current taxpayers. So we're going to be doing second and third reading of a borrowing bylaw to make sure we're getting the things that need to get fixed at Montrose Cultural Centre fixed. Anyways, that's a really quick snapshot of what we're doing at council this Monday. As always, I welcome your thoughts and your questions. Also, make it easy in the comments for you to find the agendas for council so that you can go and learn more about each of these topics for yourself if you want. Thanks for checking this update out.